Barbershop conversation, guys. So I read you guys' comments yesterday. I just got done watching Black Fight Fans video, and let me finish chewing this. And since I know a lot what's going on in boxing, I'm just gonna simplify it for you guys so you guys fucking fully understand what the fuck is going on, and you guys can make sense of the whole thing. What you guys are forgetting, 1,000% forgetting, is Earl Spence's plan. And Sean Porter's plan, Keith Thurman's plan, Danny Garcia's plan. You guys are, I think boxing fans, I think sports fans get so selfish. It's selfish of you to want something versus them aligning themselves with their own personal careers. That's selfish of you. You guys understand what I'm saying? Now I understand you want the best to fight the best. Everyone does. In every sport, I want the best to fight the best. Just like I wanted Oklahoma City to play Houston in the second round. Who didn't want that series, right? But Utah won. Some may say Paul George is owed at least 3 free throws because they didn't call a foul, but life goes on, right? You can't replay it and fix the game. So what I want to say, and you guys don't accept the business of the sport, and I'm going to disagree when the casual fan is his attachment to is his or her attachment to the real boxing fan. It's just like any relationship you have in life. It makes it easier if Floyd Mayweather is fighting Conor McGregor or Floyd Mayweather is dating, hypothetically, Cindy Crawford, right? He's dabbed himself into a great woman. Well, she's not that pretty. When I was young, she was a beautiful woman, but let's say a beautiful white woman who I don't know a beautiful white woman who's real popular. Okay, let's say Floyd Mayweather's dating Lady Gaga, right? That crossover appeal. You get them organic stories that will entertain the novice fans. But at the end of the day, it is the 20,000 people who are subscribed to my channel. It is the thousands of people who are subscribed to other channels, to include the casual boxing fan as it relates to the sport of boxing. Now I'm going to talk about Earl Spence climb to superstardom, and what you guys don't understand is there is a plan in place. All right, Earl Spence took a year off from August to May to get the IBF belt. He could have fought 2 fights in between, easily fought 2 fights in between, right? No, but if he potentially loses, I mean, it was a very low percentage. He could have lost, right? But he says, I'm going to stay the course. His management said, no, we're staying in line, because if you take a voluntary, you get cut. You win the fight, you get cut. And we believe that this is one of the easier belts that you can possibly get, right? As a PBC fighter, right? Makes sense, right? So Earl Spence stood in line, was out over 300 days, was an even fight for 7 rounds. I give Earl Spence credit. He made me a proud man that day, and that was the day when I said Earl Spence is his name, the truth. Now I'm gonna stay on Earl Spence a bit. Now we fast forward. Earl Spence, Lamont Peterson. People say people are afraid to fight him. People aren't afraid to fight Earl Spence. What you guys are missing is the business of Earl Spence. Right? Earl Spence is going to be a 2 times a year fighter, and they're preparing him for that, right? And 2 years ago, they tried it with Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner fucked it up. They gave him the Midwest region. He blew it up, tore it up. It didn't work. So now they got another superstar, a budding superstar named Earl Spence. Fast forward. Earl Spence was supposed to fight Ugas, right? This story never got out, never been told. He was supposed to fight Ugas. Ugas is a tougher fight than Ocampo, right? Ugas is a tough, durable Cuban. All likelihood, Earl Spence would probably be a 3-1 favorite, 3.5-1 favorite, maybe 4-1 favorite, right? Against Ocampo, he's a 7-8-1 favorite, right? You guys get what I'm saying? So he was supposed to fight Ugas. Fast forward, there was talks about him fighting Omar Figueroa. Remember, Omar Figueroa pulled out of the who was he supposed to fight? Oh, Adrian Broner fight because he couldn't make weight. and they want to do a big homecoming, Omar Figueroa. And just to let you know how, nah, I'm not going to get into those fine details. I don't want to ruin my sources. But there was an outside chance that he was supposed to fight Omar Figueroa up until 2 weeks ago. You guys don't know this story, right? Earl Spence probably doesn't even know, because, I mean, he doesn't know the business sense of what the fuck is going on, right? I mean, forgive me, I'm not calling him ignorant, but I'm just saying just stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Earl Spence is very astute. Have a pounds and pounds amount of respect for Earl Spence. I want the best for him. And I think he got next at the end of the day. He's one of the few fighters that have next. Now, they had a chance. This fight just got announced. What is it? Yesterday in his hometown. Why didn't they announce it 2 months ago? Because there was still an outside chance that they wanted Omar Figueroa to come in and make the fight. And I have the text and information. If I know you guys real tight, I'll show you the text. I knew this was going on from 2 months ago. Now, fast forward now. Earl Spence is starting his promotion company. He's fighting Ocampo. This is a coming out party. This is the first fight in Dallas. This is the first fight in Dallas, Texas Stadium under the banner of Jerry Jones and PBC. What do you want to do? Impress the crowd, turn out, etc., etc. Now, Earl Spence is not going to say, well, this is a homecoming fight. I'm not saying we didn't find the best opponent, but at the end of the day, I'm starting my promotion company, man down. I'm fighting the guy at home. He's an undefeated fighter, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a perfect scenario for Earl Spence, right? And you guys are going to refute that with data, with your emotions, and get all extra as it relates to Earl Spence. But it's not about that. You guys are in order to be great, you got to put yourself in position to be great. You can't make every move. That's why every piece on the chessboard does different things. All right? It's not checkers where everyone has the same amount of power. You got to put things in place so you can be great. Earl Spence has a chance to be great. He has a chance to be a 2-time-a-year fighter. He has a chance to be a pay-per-view star. He has the calmness. He has the pace. He has the je ne sais quoi. He has all the attributes, right? Family man, pretty calm. I thank God I've been fortunate enough to hang around him. I have his personal cell phone number. So I'm very fortunate as it relates to having a relationship with Earl Spence and understanding what the direction in which he's going, right? Now you guys say Sean Porter is afraid of Earl Spence, right? Fans, I need you guys to fully understand. Don't put your personal goals in front of the sportsman's personal goals. That's what fans do. Oh, I want we got to fix it so this happens. We got to fix it so B happens, C happens, D happens. You can't, as a fan, you cannot put your personal agenda in front of the athletes. Okay? Now, Sean Porter is doing the same thing. Hold on one second. Be right back. All right, I'm back. You know, you hear something fall when you upstairs as a parent. You're like, oh, man, my son dropped the humidifier. He got a little baby cold right now, so he's taking a nap, and the humidifier fell. So anyways, as I was saying, now, Sean Porter is literally doing the same thing Earl Spence did, last 2 years ago? I mean, a year ago, August? 2016 August, he waited in line. You guys cannot say 36 fighters are afraid. No, 12, 24, 36, 48 fighters are afraid of Earl Spence. You sound ridiculous when you say that. The top 10 in each division, plus the silver champion and the real champion. You guys don't. So that's 12 fighters in each division, right? Earl Spence could have went to the WBO, fought for a WBO eliminator. He could have went to the WBC and worked his way up. The WBA worked his way up. I'm not saying he didn't want to do it, but the business of boxing said, hold tight, wait your spot. We're going to bring this belt over to PBC, and we're going to run boxing. right? The reason why PBC is successful is because they have the majority of the belts. The reason why Golden Boy is unsuccessful, they have no belts. They have no power. You guys understand what? They have one champion, Linares, right? Top rank has all the WBO champions. You guys understand the business of boxing now. Is it fair to you guys? That's subjective. You guys understand it. But at the end of the day, these guys will fight each other. But as I digress back into Sean Porter, he's literally doing the same thing. Remember, he was out 1 year. But Sean Porter had to fight 2 title eliminators to get to the spot he's in now, which is basically it's all free and clear since Keith Thurman vacated. And now you have Sean Porter fighting Danny Garcia. Now, what's good for the goose must be good for the gander. Now, you guys cannot sit here with common sense and say no one wanted to fight Earl Spence. No one wanted. You mean to tell me you couldn't put someone in the top 10 in any division and have them fight Earl Spence? Chris Algieri fought him. No, you guys are overstating. People are afraid to fight Earl Spence. People have business plans in their career, and you guys are now. I was a fan before I got into media, so I fully understand. But because I have to pay respects to both sides, because it's my job, it's my responsibility, and it is my job and responsibility to help you guys understand what's going on, to facilitate information and be that bridge, right? I am in. Like as I said, one of my lenses is a sports fan, and the other one is a media personnel. Now I'm absolutely glad Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather waited 5 years. Manny Pacquiao walked away with $120 million. Floyd Mayweather walked away with $300 million. It worked out for everybody. Even Frederick Hawthorne made a few $1,000s off of that fight. So it worked out beautiful for all parties involved. If you didn't make money on Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, something is wrong with you, right? And at the end of the day, if you don't make money on Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, something will be wrong with you. All right? That fight is 1.5 years away. You guys can push for it as much as you want. Terrence Crawford has to get a belt. He has to get name cachet. Errol Spence has to keep on winning. And then they're going to explode and implode and box, and that's going to be the next mega fight. Mega fights happens organically. You can't force them. If they fought at the end of this summer, which everyone wants, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, what value would that have? Right? That must be... You don't have to wait, doing a video. That fight has to mature, has to germinate. It's like when you planting something, when you're planting something in the garden, right? You have to wait for the fruits to blossom. And at the end of the day, Errol Spence has a plan too. You guys see it. You guys see his plan being fulfilled right before your very eyes. This is a come home fight for Errol Spence. This is, man, you worked hard. We think you're the next megastar. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to create a market for you. You're going to have some market share. You're going to have a chance to do merchandising, man down promotions. You're going to fight in front of your whole entire community. And we're going to blow this shit up. We believe in you so much. We are going to forward pay and attach you to the Dallas Cowboys. That didn't happen organically. That shit takes money. All right? That's the plan for Errol Spence. And you guys are misunderstanding what the fuck is going on. Now, as I told you guys in Jump Street, whoever wins, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, you guys know who I'm rooting for in that fight. It's blatantly obvious, right? But I have to pay respects to Danny Garcia. He has a better 140 resume than Terrence Crawford. Whether you believe Terrence Crawford is better, that's arbitrary. The majority might say Terrence Crawford is better. But some of you guys may say, well, Danny Garcia is lucky. I say those are great reflexes. You understand? If you've been in the gym 20 years, you know how to respond to a punch, all right? And at the end of the day, that left hook is response, reflexes, and experience, okay? Whether you like it, love it, or hate it, that is the reality of it. And I tip my hat to Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia for staying committed for 20 years. Because at the end of the day, he has 2 other beautiful daughters who are going to be megastars, all right? And so, I mean, Angel Garcia is wearing a lot of hats. So for that, he must be respected, right? The family must be respected. So at the end of the day, Vegas is going to have that a 50-50 fight, okay? 55-45, either way. I don't know who will be the favorite, right? Now, once that fight happens, focus, and pay attention to me right now. You get a voluntary defense, okay? You guys are going to jump to the moon. Errol Spence has got a voluntary defense, right? Remember, the goal last year was for him to come home to Dallas and fight in front of Dallas. But why didn't that happen? Because it's fucking football season, you dumb motherfuckers, okay? And I want you guys to fully understand. You guys got to understand the business, okay? They tried to get the fight before football season started. It didn't work, okay? Now they said, we want you to come back. We're going to build your name cachet, and we're going to bring you back home. You know, it might be a little later in the year than when they wanted it. Maybe they want to cash in on the Dallas Cowboy fans. Keep in mind, it wasn't by accident Errol Spence went to a game and walked on the floor and met all the football players and got announced and did all that in a football game. That's not by accident. That didn't happen because Errol Spence is from Dallas. This is money. This is people paying money, right? They're prepaying for Errol Spence's success, all right? Errol Spence gets what the fuck is going on. He knows he has a chance to be the Floyd Mayweather of Dallas, Texas, what Floyd Mayweather is to Las Vegas. That could be the next city, and I want it to be. It's a 3-hour flight there. It's a 3-hour flight on the Southwest, and it's $200 for me to get there as a media personnel. I can make that up rather easy, right? You guys understand what I'm saying? $200 is an easy return on your investment, right? So at the end of the day, I want you guys to fully understand what the fuck is going on. You guys are screaming for Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. It can't happen yet. It can't happen. Errol Spence has to build his name up in Dallas for that fight to be in Dallas. Okay? How much more sense does this gotta? It's not making sense. Why do you think Jamal Charlo said August? Because the business of boxing told him, if we can get you in before the start of the football season in Dallas, it will make or in Houston, it will make a whole lot of sense, right? He didn't say October or September, right? Keep in mind, so you guys got to start putting these context clues together. They dropped the breadcrumbs, but because you guys are such an emotional, passionate fan, in which you should be, because that in return increases your probability of spending money on the sport. Right? So understand what the reality is, okay? The winner of Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, will be a mega fight. Hopefully, if Errol Spence continues to win, that fight can be in Dallas, Texas. I've never been to Dallas. I want to go to Dallas. And you guys say, I'm hiding behind my relationship with the Porters. I'm not hiding behind my relationship with the Porters. I just know I know what's going on. I 100% know what's going on. All right. Next spring, after football season, Errol Spence is going to be in a mega fight. All right. Choose to believe it or not. All right. And I don't know who it's going to be. They are going to unify. Okay. And should you wait that long as a boxing fan? I don't know. That's subjective. But if they're talking the talk and walking the walk, it keeps you clamoring. It keeps you salivating. Errol Spence, why wouldn't Errol Spence say he wants to fight the best when he didn't have a belt? And when you have a belt, why wouldn't you say you don't want to, you want to fight the best? You're supposed to say that, right? It's like you saying, I thank God at the end of your fight. Or you got 2 black eyes and you won the fight and you go over and shake your opponent's hand and say, great fight. Get out of here, man. Are you kidding me? All right, there's protocol, right? And at the end of the day, you guys don't know the other side of it. I am your bridge, okay? I am your bridge. I am your information highway, right? I am your Ethernet. Remember the Ethernet, the internet. I am your dial-up, all right? And these fights are going to happen. Everyone is in great position for it to happen. But you just got, as a casual fan, you guys are speaking as casual fans. TicketTV is speaking as a casual fan. All right? You guys are too emotional. You guys are knee deep in. and I'm telling you guys the realities of the business. That's it. And uh, and that's it. When Earl Spence fight Keith Thurman, I will be in camp with the Porters every day. You guys will be able to come to me for information and know what the hell is going on. Just like you got media members down in Dallas. Listen. I have the utmost respect for Earl Spence, and me and Earl Spence relationship is just budding. Like Earl Spence walked up to me in Vegas for the Lauren Hurd fight and talked to me for damn near an hour and a half. Just him and I, just talking. I was sitting there by myself, just chilling. I ain't got nothing to do. I got like 2 hours to the fight start, and maybe I was waiting by the door. Maybe I'll catch someone walking in, get an interview, for you guys. And Earl Spence just got through running 5 miles. Me and Earl Spence had a great conversation, and it is the reason why I have a great relationship with Earl Spence is because of my relationship with Kenny Porter. He reintroduced me to Earl Spence when we played basketball, and I had to guard Earl Spence. I actually ripped him. He won't tell you that part of the story, but so there is some trust there. There is some respect there, and you guys are going to get the fights you want, but just respect the business of boxing. All right. Earl Spence has a business plan as well. All right. And because he's young, he's fresh, he's exciting, and he's stopping everybody. Anyways, so uh, so that's it, man. Anyways, man, barbershop conversation. I hope you guys fully understand where I'm coming from. Uh, I just found out just now that the Cavs and the Toronto game comes on at 3 o'clock. So I got something to do at 3 o'clock. Man, just inspire and encourage you guys again. Today I am a stay-at-home dad. Why? Because I have property. It is the best feeling in the world, man. I just gave my kids lunch. They're napping right now. As you can hear, it's completely science. I was able to do a 20-minute video and at the end of the day, bet on yourself. Create your own business plan. Earl Spence has a business plan. Sean Porter has a business plan. Danny Garcia has a business plan. Make sure you have your business plan. Make sure you're just not some erratic, casual boxing fan. All right? You guys are speaking of emotions. And Black Fight Fan used that word pragmatic. I'm very pragmatic as it relates to boxing. I didn't overreact when if Deontay Wilder doesn't fight Anthony Joshua next, I understand why. My feelings aren't hurt. I'm not saying what I don't want. I want that fight to happen next because I'm a huge Deontay Wilder fan, but I don't get upset and blow a head gasket. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that my 12 cylinders in my engine are still running after Deontay Wilder fights Dominic Breazeale and Anthony Joshua fights Jarrell Miller. And then they're going to collide. All right? So I'm just speaking reality into you. And not too many great fights happen during football season. It doesn't happen too often. I mean, we had Ward Kovalev, but in recent history, it's hard for that to happen, okay? It's hard to compete with the NFL. But anyways, man, I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to Ticket and Black Fight Fan responding. I gave you guys a lot of information, and hopefully you guys digest it and accept it. And these are the realities of boxing. Earl Spence ain't fighting every 2.5 months, right? Sean Porter isn't fighting every 2.5 months, right? Remember when we were growing up, these guys had to fight 5 times a year? Showtime doesn't want that. If Showtime listen, Showtime, I'm going to leave you guys with this. Showtime and Steven Espinoza can get anyone in the ring. Anyone. They can get any fight they want. They can overpay for any fight they want. If they wanted Earl Spence and Sean Porter, it would have happened. I'm just letting you guys know that now. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I look forward to reading your comments. Peace.